Shai Gildeous-Alexander, he's your 2025 NBA MVP. Last year he came close, but this year, OKC Thunder, they won 68 games, which is very tough to do. This team is loaded and they're front runners to win it all. But SGA, I'm here with Dylan. Dylan, how's it going, man?
Fantastic. It's been a great week of sports. We have a great basketball. We have two great basketball series happening right now, so I'm very excited to get into this.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, this is a guy that I've followed since he was with the Clippers, and him getting traded to OKC Thunder was a major steal. And now he's part of this franchise, leading this franchise, Western Conference Finals, averaged 31 points a game. I mean, I'm so proud of this kid. He every year he just continues to get better and better, and he's only 26. And if the Oklahoma City Thunder they win it all this year, and he wins Finals MVP, I mean, it will be go down as an historic season for him.
Oh yeah. The NBA got it right. I wouldn't say for the first time, but the NBA got this 100% correct. I mean, he led the league in scoring. Oklahoma City was the one seed and they were dominant all season long and he was a central contributor. The NBA could not have picked a better MVP. I mean, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, just like you, like I've heard, like he's been fantastic since he joined OKC. He's been on a slow trajectory towards being a great player in this league. He finally has eclipsed that. Last season, he came up just short to Nikola. This year, Nikola Jokic came up just short to him. So right now, we are looking at possibly the new king of basketball. And look, his age, he's going to be a star in this league for a decade plus. Oklahoma City has, I believe, the youngest team in the entire NBA, and they're going to be good for a while. So we are seeing just the start of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's going to take over this league, and he's going to be one of the best players in basketball for a long time.
If I had to pick a player that will be the next face of the NBA, if it were up to me, like I would like to see SGA be that next person. No disrespect to Anthony Edwards, even though he does have the tools and things of that nature. But the thing about SGA is that he keeps himself grounded and doesn't give you that impression that he will harm your team. Anthony Edwards, he has problems, constantly technical fouls and things of that nature. When it comes to being the face of the league, is many things that comes along with it. The way you present yourself on the court and off the court. If your team is winning, there's just so many things that goes into it. That's why in the 2010s, yes, you had LeBron, but he had to share that with Steph Curry because of everything that he brought to the table. So although a lot of mainstream media, they want Anthony Edwards to be that next guy. And last year they went crazy comparing him to Michael Jordan because of the playoff run they has. And I'm like, okay, pump the brakes. He's good, but let him Anthony Edwards be Anthony Edwards. You know, people they have this crazy thing of always want to compare to the past eras, but let Anthony Edwards be Anthony Edwards. And he's another one that I want to see win championships in the future with Minnesota.
Yeah.
And same thing with GA. I want to see him with OKC Thunder. As you know, I'm a guy that I root for small market teams, the underdogs, teams that you barely see winning.
Yep.
And there's a lot of fake mainstream media guys that they want to see the next win because next New York is the only remaining top market city that's right now in the conference finals. But me personally, as a Knicks fan, yes, it would be a great story if the Knicks win it all. But I wouldn't mind seeing any of these four guys winning.
All right.
Like none of these four teams have won in the last 50 years. The Knicks haven't won in 52 years, and the other three teams have zero championships. So it's gonna be a great story. I'm loving it. I love, where there's no LeBron, no KD, no Curry, no Lakers, no none of that left in this conference finals. It's something different and new for mainstream media, yes, it will hurt them because of ratings and things like that. But me personally, I don't care as
Right.
a fan. I'm
Right.
enjoying this. But the bottom line is that if Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Thunder, if they win it all, which they should
They
collectively,
should.
the way that team is constructed and the way things are going, it's gonna you I don't know where I'll put this, but it'll be a very historical season because
Yeah.
It's hard to win the league MVP. It's hard to win in general in this league. So the fact that you'll have a resume of winning, you have the league MVP, and then you'll add a championship plus finals MVP
Right. Yep.
in that resume. That would be massive.
I
So I'm
think I
happy.
think
I'm happy for SGA.
I think basketball is in the best place it's ever been in personally because I don't think we've seen an American player win the MVP since 2018 or 19. So we've had 5, 6 years almost, of international players. So this game is global. It's becoming more global than it's ever been. So that's a great thing for the sport. And also, too, players like SGA winning the MVP and teams like OKC, the way that they're constructed going this far. And we still haven't had a back-to-back champion since the Warriors did it back in 2017-18. This league has the best parity, in my opinion, that it's had in decades. So right now, in my opinion, I think basketball is one of the most thriving sports out there just because we're seeing so much parity right now that we've ever seen. We're getting guys like SGA, who, as great as they are, and yes, I did expect he would get an MVP at some point, especially with what he did last year. I'm like, this kid is going to get one. He finally got one, proving that he's that guy. And just we're seeing all these different players finally show up, and it's no longer just Warriors and Cavs or just all these guys. We're seeing all these different teams. It's anyone's game. It's a global game now. It's growing even more. And I just think that right now, this season in particular is just showing how good of a place basketball is in. And I'd say for the first time in a while, watching it is giving it's just there's a sense of curiosity now. It's not so much like, oh, we know who's going to be in the championship. There's such a sense of curiosity now that it makes it so exciting to watch. Like we saw the game last night, Pacers Knicks. We saw just that excitement. It was a game 1 game, but it was exciting. It was cinematic. It was just everything you want from playoff basketball. And then we're getting teams like we said, I don't think Minnesota, this is the first time in history that they've ever been in back-to-back conference finals.
Yep.
Oklahoma City had, when they had James Harden and all those guys were great. And then they struggled for a while, and now they stockpiled all that young talent. And now they're going to be the face of the league for at least a decade, in my opinion. They got all these guys. I think their oldest players is the 30-year-old player. So they got a young team. So I'm just loving what I'm seeing from the NBA and just from basketball overall. And this is great for the NBA that Shai Gilgeous is the MVP this year. It it's great. It's great.
SGA is the first Canadian since
Yep,
Steve
and
Nash
Steve
to win
Nash,
the
oh
league.
05 and oh 06. Yep, he's the
Yeah, to
first. I
lead the
tweeted
league.
that out yesterday. He's the first Canadian, so that's great, especially for Canada. They have a great team internationally. Him, Dylan Brooks, Lou Dort. They have a fantastic team of guys. And I think with Shea getting the MVP, it elevates them to a different level now. And they're going to be looked at differently. And I think that's great that they are a great team. And I think it's good internationally too, because the USA has been so good for so long with not a lot of competition. But now we're getting France and Canada and all these teams. I think basketball is going to be great for years now. Like, especially the international stage, it's going to be a fantastic thing to watch.
SGA, he joins a great group with Durant and Westbrook, being the three guys in OKC Thunder franchise to win league MVP, which I've seen all three of them and I've seen all their speeches.
Yep.
Obviously, KD's speech, just flat out unbelievable.
Hmm.
Um, Cavs and Warriors, those 4 years were misery watching those finals 4 years in a row. The first and the second year were fine, but then when Durant joined them, that killed everything.
Yeah.
So I like seeing different teams win. I don't like seeing this dynasty thing. Yes, I get it. It's a great story, but I get bored. I like seeing different teams winning. There's so many talented teams, and I just like seeing that frequently. I'm glad that the Nuggets won. Now we're gonna most likely gonna see OKC win. Um, so we're seeing different things. The Raptors in 2019, that was a
That was a
great
good
story as
as a
well.
Warriors fan, I will admit that was a great finals. I think that especially seeing a Canadian team take it, I think that was really cool to see too. So I think it's great. I mean, there's just been so much parity these last 5, 6 seasons. Now let me ask you this. If there's one player in the league that you would pick to build a franchise around right now, which player would that be?
That is tough. That is super tough. And we're talking too about them right now, but I'm gonna go with SGA right now because the humility, and you see what. Listen, I have never seen a team that they're all together after the game for an interview. None like OKC. That's
I noticed that yesterday. Yep.
that is tremendous harmony right there. When a team does that, that's a lot of harmony, a lot of great chemistry there. But with SGA, when he was with the Clippers, I saw the time from the beginning before a lot of people, I would say. And then when it came to the Thunder, it was a blessing in disguise because sometimes when you're playing for a big market city, it could be a distraction. And the front office don't have that much patience on developing a player. So OKC is perfect for him. It's perfect for him. That's why I'm happy to see Victor Wembanyama. That's another player that you got to build around. Him landing in San Antonio was also a blessing because, again, it's a classy organization and they have great team personnel. Like, he's perfect for San
Oh
Antonio.
yeah,
And that's
I
a
agree.
team that we got to look out for in the future with him, Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox is there as well. So
They're
that's a
probably
team
going to get Dylan
you
Harper
gotta look
too.
out for in the future as well.
Yep.
So I'm hoping to see a classic,
Yeah,
bring back them Thunder Spurs,
that
in
would
the
have been cool.
future
That'd
of
be cool.
those. Because we got to see a little bit of that in the 2010s. And we saw Cavs and Warriors 4 straight years, but originally it should have happened Miami Heat and OKC had Sam Presti pay that 4 million extra to James Harden, but James Harden went to Houston, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully, Oklahoma City Thunder finally wins something that should have happened in the Kevin Durant Westbrook Harden era, but it didn't. So, but this year they have their chance to do it. But
And
I'm so happy for SGA. This was an incredible season.
yeah, and the last thing I will
Um,
say about him, I've noticed he doesn't really, and this is a good thing too. He doesn't conduct himself like a superstar, which is good. He doesn't, and what I mean is,
and
yeah,
that's a great thing. And thank you for reminding me. Sorry to cut you off. No
no, you're good.
disrespect.
You're good.
Um, I believe SGA said that his mom is always hard on him in the sense that the man that she sees that his head's getting big, she brings him down. So that probably also has to do with his upbringing as well. But go ahead.
Yeah, and that's the best thing about it too. Like Steph is very similar too, where they don't conduct themselves like superstars. They know that they're good players, but they recognize that the talent around them is why they are at this point. You look at OKC, they got Chet Holmgren, they got Lou Dort, they got Jalen Williams, they got all these players around him that he surrounds himself with. And I think that's helped him be a better player, just having all this talent. But yeah, overall, I think SGA was a great choice for the MVP. The league got it right. And I'm just excited to see where his career goes now that he's on that list of superstars, having an MVP, maybe having a championship at the end of this year. I'm just excited to see where his career goes now that he's on that list of superstars.